welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to do an update on my high dividend versus high growth investment real world data to see how I'm getting on. So if you guys are new to the channel, we really look here to try and make money without having to do any additional work. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, please do like and subscribe. It makes a big difference to the video. But if you haven't seen any of the videos before, the aim of this experiment is to challenge a lot of the narrative out there around dividends versus growth investing. So what I've done is I have created two individual pies on Trading 212. One of them focuses on AI growth stocks. This would be a market I know quite well. I work within cloud computing. So I stay very up to date on the AI market, on market trends within there. So I've picked some of the highest growing stocks in that sector, and then alternatively, one of the things that I'd always find interesting that people always just say, oh, it's a yield trap, or you're not going to actually make any money off that, is investments which pay like 10% dividends annually and have had a track record of doing it for a long period of time. So if something grew 10% a year, you'd be pretty impressed. But if its stock price stays relatively stable but it pays you 10% in income, is that as good or is it not? So what I've done is built up two pies and invest the exact same amount of money in both of them, and now we can look and see how we're doing 2 months into this experiment. So coming in and taking a look at the Trading 212 account, we can see right off the bat both of them are in the green. So I invested £500 in both of them so far this year. And that AI growth is, as maybe expected, grown a little bit faster. So it's up to £548, up 9.95% in 2 months. So that just really shows how much growth is in this sector of the market. Most of these large tech companies have actually driven most of the returns in the S&P 500 over the last sort of years. So it'd be interesting to see how much this could outperform the market in 1 year. And the dividends are still in the green, so we're up £18.30 as far as I'm concerned. Some of this is still cash sitting in the accounts, but the interesting thing here is within 2 months, both accounts are in the green, so investing is more beneficial than not investing. So let's go and have a look in. So AI growth, how's it getting on? If we have a look at the holdings here, we can see that Nvidia is up 23.22%. That's probably the biggest winner I have in the portfolio so far. Nvidia, I think, is going to continue to dominate through to at least 2026. The demand for chips isn't going anywhere. If anything, is getting better. Alphabet up 7.53%. Google just announced massive earnings beat. I think they turned over 88 billion this quarter. For their latest cash announcements. So they beat Wall Street earnings. Again, demand is growing, cloud computing is growing, and AI offerings on top of it moving. Amazon doing very well. It's been moving a lot this morning, up 12.94%. Microsoft, funnily enough, it did beat earnings in tech earnings season there. It turned over like 68 billion in the quarter. But people seem to have taken this as a bit of a negative news. For me, Microsoft has one of the strongest profitability opportunities in the world right now. It is one of the large players in hyperclouds. It's got Azure network. It has an array of Office software that's bought heavily. I mean, you've got the 365 suite, you've now got Copilot starting to come out for additional license revenue for Microsoft. And the biggest ones as well then is some of their low code platforms like Power Platforms and stuff like this are continuing to grow. Its market's grown about 22% this year. So brighter times ahead for Microsoft. I wouldn't be reading in too much to this. It's still one of the stocks that I'll be looking to add to heavily throughout my lifetime, really. I don't see it going anywhere. Meta doing well, up 7.93%. IBM again, up 1.22%. Oracle, one of the biggest winners that we have here, up 13.89%, doing very, very well. And Apple is basically static, but I'm up 1 penny on that one, so can't be too annoyed. Coming across then to the high dividend pie, we can see here up about £18.35p. We've got £2.43 in cash. AGNC down 6%, still pays fairly consistently. Altria up 6.53%. Arbor Realty up 5.35%. Aries Capital 2.69%. Blue Owl Capital 3.79%. QYLD, which doesn't tend to go up ever, up 3%, which is good. Kilroy Realty is an interesting one, up 13.19%. So I think it's my second or third highest growth of any of them. Interesting, it wouldn't typically be something you'd associate with larger growth, but Kilroy's been killing it recently. Main Street Capital up nearly 6%, Petróleo Brasileiro down 5.58%, and Realty Income down 2.15%. So, all in all, pies are looking good. One of the things I had sort of said is where this gets interesting, and the bit that I really want to see some information coming through, is in terms of the actual portfolios. In theory, the high dividend one, it's paid me £3.18 in dividends, but it's only really starting to get going, and I've only hit the ex dividend date for most of them. So it'll be interesting to see whether the growth can continue in the AI ones. I don't see any reason why it can't at the minute. Them companies are smashing records every quarter for profitability. There's nobody been this profitable ever. So I'd expect the earnings to continue to increase the share price on all of them. But with the high dividend one, I actually would expect to see my dividends increase month on month now. A lot of them are monthly payers, and they're only really starting to pay me. So I expect this will be the biggest month again I get in dividends, at which pace that's going to get allocated to the portfolio, and that's going to continue to happen. So it'll be interesting to see in the next couple of months when I continue allocating to these funds to see which one actually grows faster. But at the minute, no real surprise here. The AI growth one is beating the high dividend one for now. Guys, if there's any of the stocks you'd like me to do a deeper analysis on, please let me know. If you do like the content, please do like and subscribe. It really makes a big difference, and I'd love to get some opinions on if there's any other stocks or anything you think I should add to the portfolios. Like I say, the point of this channel is to try and educate yourself to be able to make more money, and for me to hold myself accountable to make sure I still do invest. So let me know down in the comments, guys, if there's anything you'd like to see, and have a good day.